Hello everyone. Today we're going to learn the classic Layla by Eric Clapton. This is a lot of fun. To start, it's going to be fun to count. There's some challenging chord switches in here as well. So let's get started without further ado. So the first chord that we're setting up is a D minor chord. I want you to set this up before we do the first hammer on, because this is going to kind of anchor you. And I want you to specifically use your pinky here because, well, one, you're going to be using your third finger to hammer on. And when we get to this B flat chord, I'm going to show you a nice trick that I don't think a lot of people employ it to get between these two chords a little easier. So we're going to do a 4, 1, a 2, 3. Now from D minor, we're going to be switching to B flat major. And our anchor finger here is the pinky. So if you kink that pinky in place, you can kind of use it as a leg to get these other fingers in place. And that's the third finger is the third fret of the G, second finger is third fret of the D, and then you lay your bar down. Now be really light on these bars. They don't really need a lot of pressure, and oftentimes what they need is just the correct kind of pressure. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of pulling with my arm and pushing with this other arm. So, and actually I'll stick my thumb out here. I'm getting a bar chord without any squeezing action. For those of you that know about bar chords, you might appreciate this meme. Yeah, don't be that guy. Go nice and light and use your arms for pressure. So we get a 4, 1, a 2, 3, a 4, 1, 2, 3. So that's C, C, and of course our fingerings are up here. C, C, D minor, a 4, 1, da 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 da. Now you're going to do that 3 times, and then a 4th time, but the ending is going to be different. So on the 4th time, you get that 4 dum ba da ba da da ra bum bum, and we're going to switch up to a C sharp minor 7 up here. Of course, you'll see the fingering on the screen, and the strumming rhythm here is actually fairly simple. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to take these 2 fingers and move them up like so to get a G sharp 7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, E major. So let's cover that again, and then I'll go from the E major. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now these chords, C major, D major, E major. Now you'll see sometimes people doing it like this. I just don't like to do it like that. I find it a lot easier like this. I'm a classical guitarist. That's what I went to school for. We were taught to do that because it keeps our hands lighter and we can move around a little bit easier. But, you know, to each their own. Now you'll see the fingerings here on the screen. So we get our C major, which is a bar on the 3rd, that same kind of B flat shape. And we're just going to move it up 2 frets and then down to E major. Now, this is going to be a lot easier if you use these 2 fingers here as your guide to get back down to E major. You'll see that you can actually move down and place your index for that E major fingering. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. When you get down here, 1, 2, and then on the 3, you're going to lift your 3rd finger up to make it an E7 chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go to an F sharp minor. 1, 2, B7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll see, of course, the fingerings up above the fretboard here. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this 3rd finger, which should be on the 4th fret of your D string, is actually going to slide down to get you an E major. 1, 2, 3, 4. And getting from this E major to A major is pretty simple if you keep your index finger in place there. So we have our E major, and then I just use my index finger as a leg to get to the A major. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to do that twice. Second time through is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to get 1, 2, 3, right? So we're going to go right back into the beginning. So when we get this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And essentially you're just going to play that whole thing twice. With this, really focus on the rhythm. The rhythm is really very important. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're not sure where your 1 is and your 2 and 3 and 4 are, then this can be a little tough. But once you know where all those are, the switches are actually very easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And if you've listened to this song at all, then you're going to know the form. There's nothing outside of that. You're basically going to play that whole thing twice. So happy practice. As always, you can subscribe by clicking this button up here, or I have another video for you to watch with this one here. Of course, if you're YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, probably nothing up here. Happy practice. Definitely do not forget to subscribe and like this video.